The video showing Gqom star Babes Wodumo being assaulted by her boyfriend Mandla Mampintsha Maphumulo dominated headlines. Mampintsha hit back, saying Babes attacked him. He made an appearance in court and was later released on bail. ENCA's Dasan Tatia reports.
Just a few minutes in the dock and musician Mandla Mampintsha Maphumulo is granted bail of 2,000 rand. He's accused of assaulting his girlfriend, Babes Wodumo. It was captured on a live video she posted on social media. On Tuesday, Mampintsha handed himself over to police. But now, he claims he is the victim.
Because she's been statement because when we ask back in the Barachwan, I correct my pussy. The family has I correct my pussy. About the 7 that I buy as a website correct my pussy. Who's to Pepsi and my pussy? Because of Kilaban, no Farazi, who shang a short driver, was 7 and now. We are alone violent. So, you know, violence, they might like me, and we are going to have a case. You would talk up, you was a feeling in the jan. The Shawani, the Penky, young Pulang, looking below Peps, and do. No one send reports about still a house of says.
The SAPS disputes that Maphumulo opened a case, though. Earlier in the day, Babes Wodumo's family held a media briefing, but she was reportedly receiving medical attention at the time and couldn't attend. In a short statement, her father thanked his daughter's fans for their support.
We wish to thank all the people of South Africa, political leaders, community leadership, fellow artists and media for the support given to our daughters at this time. As the incident was seen by many South Africans, the matter was formally reported to the police at Westville, and we hope it will be attended in a proper manner. We wish you all have to appreciate that since the matter has been handed over to the police, it become critical to give them opportunity to do proper investigation.
Maphumulo is expected back in court on the 15th of May. Dasan Tatia in Durban.
The killers may be behind bars, but the so-called sunflower murder case isn't over just yet. Peter Doorwaard and Philip Skitter have been sentenced to 18 and 23 years in prison, respectively. They were found guilty of murdering teenager Mahlomola Moshweu. AfriForum is now roping in high-profile advocate Barry Roo to represent Doorwaard and Skitter for their appeal. ENCA's Malungelo Boy has more.
Judge Ronnie Hendricks says Peter Doorwaard and Philip Skirter's behavior was disgraceful. 15-year-old Mahlomola Moshweu died when he was pushed from a moving bakkie. The two convicted murderers had picked him up after he was caught taking a sunflower. While the prescribed minimum sentence for people acting in common purpose to commit murder is life in prison, Hendricks said there were other compelling circumstances he had to take into account.
There was no direct intention to kill the deceased. This court found, based on the applicable legal principles, that the intention was in the form of dolus eventualis, in that the accused must have foreseen and in fact foresaw the possibility that by throwing the deceased head first from the van may result in his death and acted recklessly with regard to the ensuing consequence.
You're not willing to talk?
Nothing, thank you.
Okay.
Neither Skirter nor Doorwaard's family were willing to talk to us. Moshweu's parents are not pleased with the sentence. But this community leader says they are simply happy the men have been jailed.
It's as I said, the bottom line is they will go behind prison. It will send a message.
Skerta and Durevalt are set to spend 18 and 23 years behind bars, but not if AfriForum has its way. The lobby group has already indicated it will appeal on behalf of both convicts. But what's not clear is when will that happen. Malungelo Pui, Mahikeng in the northwest.
Police are searching for answers after a mass shooting in Durban. Officers found the bodies of 5 family members on Wednesday. We understand one of them was a magistrate. Reports suggest a man shot his relatives before turning the gun on himself. ENC's Dasan Tathia has the story.
There was concern when the family who lived in this house couldn't be reached. And that worry was validated when police found 5 bodies and 1 gun inside. It's believed to be a murder-suicide, a man killing his wife and children before shooting himself. What did you see when you got into that house?
Carnage. Unfortunately, my team were here before me. They entered with the EMRS paramedics. They were here, and they were met with carnage. Unfortunately, 5 people, including 3 children, have been killed via gunshot wounds. Unknown exactly what led up to the gunshot wounds or who actually fired the shots. However, it's a gruesome scene, horrific scene, and it's not pleasant at all, especially when children are involved.
Sources say all the deceased were shot in the head. Neighbors tell us they had no reason to suspect anything was amiss inside the house next door.
They always stick together, they are right, always happy.
Everything with some no nothing else.
No fighting, nothing.
The community gathered at the roadside after receiving the tragic news. Among them, school friends of the murdered children.
We heard that they had passed away. We heard the whole story of what had happened, and we were extremely shocked.
What were they like, your friends?
Your was the best person ever. She was so kind and so calm. Like, she would be a person like you go to talk to all the time. She'd like be a big sister to all of us.
Police are still trying to find out what went wrong. Dasan Tathia in Montclair, Durban.
Still to come, we bring you a heartwarming story of a little girl whose letter to the president went viral.